Hey, Outlaws. So today is officially less than 24 hours after my first experience at Buhurt Pro Fighting. And for all those that came and watched, thank you very much. The people, everyone who's giving me like, hey, go get him, Tiger. Do a great job, man. We believe in you. You're doing awesome stuff. I really appreciate you guys. I really do. And then the people afterwards reaching out as well. Super awesome. Really appreciate it. Everyone from my family to my friends, coworkers, people that I know, all the good stuff. And also, most importantly, thank you to Isaac Ellis for, putting out there on Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. He's like, hey, all my opponents had to drop out for multiple reasons. Multiple opponents had to drop out for reasons. I just need someone that at least wants to fight. And I'm like, okay, I know Isaac a little bit. Let me like kind of train with him a few times, not too close. Went to a friend fair, part of the same team for a while, ordered Gauntlets and Rose. So I was like, hey, man, how about me? So he said, yeah, and then here I went. And this was one hell of a learning experience, let me tell you. I'm not talking about just the fight, just like up to the fight, making sure my armor was all good to go, weapons, everything. It was a learning experience from beginning to end. And also, it was a fantastic kickstart because we were supposed to go to a tournament with them, and then I got really freaking sick for 3 weeks. So then this was kind of like a way to fire myself up back to train really, really, really hard to get back to the giant sword training, all that stuff. And I just did a lot of hardcore endurance training, just timing it, all sorts of stuff. You've seen some of the training. Watch some of my previous videos of this one if you want to see what I'm talking about. So went down there, great experience. I was at the Ukraine Cultural Center. Here it is right here. The executioner itself. Now I'm going to continue to fight with this. A little background before I get too deep into it, Outlaws. Viewer, just like any other combat sport, has its individuals, opinions, has the tribal politics. This is better, all this is trash, blah 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 blah. Everyone likes Executioner, but they also like to hate on two-handed swords, basically calling them useless in any type of like fighting other than melees or chopping. And from what I have seen, there's instances where that is, yeah, it's not handled properly. It can be useless. And then the exact polar opposite, where it's like handled correctly and someone has a good martial arts, a good fighting style with it, they can be very lethal. When I did my training for it, for the specific pro fight, let me click play a little bit so you can see me jump onto the stage while I talk. Okay, when I trained for this, I was training for pommel strikes, different type of strikes, punching with the sword still in hand, because that's what I've learned. When someone rushes up on you like that, and Buhurt, you don't really have a sharp sword. You're not allowed to stab and thrust. Swords are really neutered in Buhurt, but I still like them. They're huge, they're giant sword channel. So I'll continue to use them, learn to use them, and develop more and more efficient fighting styles with it. So I had highs on this thing on this very short fight, and then I had lows. It was very unfortunate. It only went one round. I'm fine. You can see the little mark right here. This was from when I was on the ground. And long story short, my helmet was basically choking me like this. I like back here. I really couldn't breathe. That's why you see me kind of stand still for a little while towards the end. And then all of a sudden I started like, oh, I'm getting some consciousness and doing this. So every time when we got there, everything was explained to us, all sets. I actually did a couple of interviews with people, helped someone with a little skit. Surprise, surprise, YouTuber helping people with skits and filming. But we were told to like put on a little show. And this, keep in mind, this is like me and Isaac were waiting out there for 8 hours, and no, well, 7 to 6 hours, right? And I'm not bashing anybody, but we were at towards the end of it, so we were just kind of hanging out. Me and Isaac were like literally right there. Me, his wife, my wife's just kind of chit chatting, doing our thing. Like great people. They get along really well. So here I'm going on stage. There's Jenny. We carried my stuff. Isaac made a joke. He's like, man, don't fall. Don't fall down and land your beak and slam into the ground. So I was trying to be a little flashy here, and I was like, I worry I might actually like hit the freaking audience. So I was gonna do twirls. I was like, I should stop doing that.
What song did he say?
I had Sabaton Metal Machine playing because I definitely am a metal machine. This guy right here, the marshal that helped out, great guy. Thanks for helping us out. He also helped Jenny out, gave her a little more courage and confidence. There's Isaac all ready battle ready to go. There's me. I'm still getting warmed up. So, a couple things you guys might have noticed different about my armor. This little big piece of metal right here was a lobster, called a lobster tail. In order to make sure that I was 100% good to go for this fight, I reached out to a lot of the marshals on Facebook and talked to them and sent pictures of my armor because I didn't want to show up, because again, Isaac already had silver opponents fall out. I didn't want to show up and not be 100% perfect. And it's like, a lot of people have experienced Buhurt, but at the end of the day, the marshals are going to do what the marshals are from the rule book, okay? So sometimes I feel like I've been given advice that kind of like seems like, it sounds more like an opinion than an actual fact. So I just went straight to the marshals for their information. I'm not saying nobody doesn't know what they're talking about. That's not what I'm saying. But I just want to make sure I was 100% good to go. And what better way than to ask the marshals on that specific event way in advance. So I have this new lobster tail right here. And looking how the lobster tail is kind of pushing up a little bit off my helmet, I think we're going to see what kind of went wrong. Because one of the things, I worked on everything. I made everything a little bit better, messed around with the armor suit across the board. And we didn't have complete enough time to test everything out. So this guy right here, Mark, great guy. This is Jay. Probably like, oh my God, I hope this guy doesn't get killed. All right, I can joke around a little bit. So during this time, they're announcing our names. We're getting checked out. When this is what led up to it. One of the lobster tail right there. Yeah, that kind of was pushing my helmet, I think, a little bit up more now that I see it. The other problem was my chin strap. I have a simple chin strap. Use it now for almost a year. That just kind of goes right here. And normally it's fine. I keep it kind of loose. If people pull up, it kind of stops right there. That's fine. And again, like my helmet's kind of weird. People say it's easy to yank up on because of the beak, but I don't know. I kind of find all helmets in Buhurt are easy to grab. I mean, you have a wolf rib with like ribs. You can literally just kind of grab it and crank it, or your arm grab and crank it, whatever's going on, your forearm, whatever. But I've never experienced what I experienced today. So Mark here is just checking my helmet, and he's like, you see it popped up. He's like, hey, it's popping up too much. I don't like that. My throat's still jacked up, by the way. So he's telling me I gotta fix it. I gotta figure it out. Great guy. He's doing his job. Okay. There's a bit of a bias in Buhurt, and these guys kind of they don't like hound skulls. They don't like it. Now, I get it. Like I said, there's always a little bit of tribal politics. The reason why I got this, and why hound skulls were used for like 100+ years. Lots of reflectionary surfaces. Now, does that mean it's going to work perfectly every time? No. But if you have more flat surface, like you do with your wolf ribs, or literally like ribs that will catch all the strikes, and then my gauntlet. Let me see that gauntlet, please. It's also great when people are up close, because you're not always going to be able to do a hook. A lot of times, guys get close, and they just start punching like this, and it just lances right off. Or even if they do get a good hit in, it slides off more than it normally would. And you're going to see that in my fight with Isaac. And again, Isaac's fantastic fighter, way more skilled than me, way more experienced than me. Okay, so, and again, yeah, like Isaac was 80 to 90% likely to win. Okay, not very small chance that I was going to win. He's just very, very skilled. He also, you see right here, he has a freaking somebody made him a club that I think they wanted to see me die with. Gotta love this place. Gotta love this. But anyways, so he's ready to go. My chin strap was tightened to a degree that I am not used to. Again, I usually keep it kind of loose. If anything happens, this kind of pulls up. Feel on my jaw a little bit. That's fine. I kind of try to yank out or push or shove or bring the person down. This thing, well, for the judge to accept it, had to be yanked way up. That was very uncomfortable. I don't like it. I asked them to loosen up a little bit. They did. And then they said, "Are you good?" Okay, yeah, I'm fine. And I was fine up until the fighting started. Or should I say the grappling. Let's skip ahead a little bit more. That way I'm not boring you guys. Okay. So there's Isaac. He's fired up, ready to go. And we're cheering each other on. And you can see the lobster is not interfering with it too much, but a little bit. It's not
definitely
really
pushing it forward.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's hitting the base of the helmet all the time, but it is hitting my lower plate, my rear plates more. Here I go. So I tricked Isaac, whacked him. I think he got a couple whacks in too. And then we just got up close. And then I just started immediately punching. So his visor broke. Right there. So that's the thing with two-handers. If you're doing two-hander, right before right when you guys saw me training, I was practicing pommel strikes, because I believe pommel strikes are legal in melee. And when I read the rules for outrance, this is what it's called, outrance. It's not like Golden Ring. It's outrance Buhurt rules that you can strike with any part of the weapon. But when I talked to the senior knight marshal, he said, no pommel strikes. And he said, also, I don't want to be seeing you, getting too close to anyone with this part. He's like, hey, this is kind of sharp. I don't like that. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And so my videos you saw, I was practicing like one-handed punches with the executioner. But when I did it, I always kind of checked to make sure that it was the gauntlets. But anyways, I wasn't really planning on doing the punch because it's just kind of dangerous, but it was just something like, keep moving along. More like punch like this, where the hilt is, the cross guard is away from the opponent, but at least a pommel strike. So I was told no, and that's fine. I'm gonna make sure I'm good to go, because I don't want to do anything I'm not supposed to do. And not only I don't do anything that I think is gonna severely hurt my opponent. I'm not about that. So I kind of like, okay, so I basically just have to grab it, my sword, and then just punch with the available arm, which is fine. That's why I did Muay Thai training. That's also why I do lots of ambidextrous training, not only with regular swords, but giant swords too, and then to practice punching while holding the sword. Now, here I found out you can do half swording techniques. So hint, hint, half swording techniques. You can't stab, you can't thrust, but you can do other types of hand swording techniques. So I kept that in mind, but I wasn't able to execute it this time. So that's when you see, like, in kind of where we're kind of wrapped up around here doing our thing, and I just start punching. He starts punching, because the way outrance works, you start off 10-10, right? Okay, so if he gets like 5 hits, it's based on 5 hits. Okay, 5 hits, then I only get 3. I get docked down the points. I lose a point. So then he has the 10, I have the 9. We move on to the next round. Let's say we both get equal numbers, right? Let's say he has 20, I have 20 hits. Okay, who grappled the best? No grappling? Okay, go back down. Who was the most aggressive the entire time? Okay, about the same. Okay. Who had the good defensive working techniques? Oh, okay. Who had armor failures? Oh, okay. Well, he had an armor failure. Let's dock a point. So, and this one right here, I think Isaac and I are pretty close to the same number of hits. I think he got hit in with his big old, like, bone-breaking club, and then I got hit in with my freaking sweet executioner. Then we just kind of start, because again, when you're that close, you got to hit, and it's a really bummer. I really wish I could pommel strike, but whatever. So then what's happening while I'm hitting, his helmet gets broken. So we're punching. Okay. So I faked hit him again a little bit. Not sure if that would counted. I start punching. That's when his visor comes off. So his visor broke. Sheared right here from me punching it. And then stop fight. So that would have been a loss of point. That's a loss of point for Isaac. But as you see Darian back here, Darren's running. He's going to give him another wolf rib. So it's not like the end of the world, right? You can swap out helmets. You're going to go. Would I want to wear someone else's helmet? No. But when you're in the heat of the battle, the heat of the moment, and you want to fight, keep fighting, you want to do it. Also, his van brakes, I guess, broke at some point. There's me. So I'm not really sweating. Warmed up. They're getting them fixed. So with the replacement rules, just for more for your information, you lose the point still, but you have 90 seconds to get that thing fixed. That's why you saw Darian taking off as soon as he saw what was going on. Because Darian's experienced, too. Remember, these are two very experienced fighters. So Darian, oh shit. So off he went. Now, they're swapping him out. There's Darian's helmet. Because they're both similar sized dudes. And then if it takes more than 90 seconds, then they bring you to another 90 seconds. But then you lose another point. So that's like 2 points lost. So then Isaac would have went from 10 to 9 to an 8. So technically that would have been my round. But you see here, I'm asking Jenny, hey, can you adjust that? Because it was constricting my airflow. Again, and I'm not saying it's anyone's fault. It's my fault. What I should have done is probably had a more advanced chin strap system, but I've used it for so long, it's never been an issue up until now. But this is... Melees can be very intense if you guys seen. A lot of people get injured, but these pro fights are more hyper-focused. There is no, you've been thrown to the ground, it's over. No, you're thrown to the ground, now the pummeling starts. So there's us. Me giving a thumbs up. He's good to go. Awesome. Here we go. Let's fight. And this is kind of where everything goes downhill for me. Go like that. We go like that. Okay. Pushed up against it. Now, at this point, I have no air. So I'm like, let me fall down. Okay. That was a bad idea. Because what ended up happening was I woke up a little bit. And so I started hitting him again. That's why I paused. Let's go over that one more time. Good clinch. I pushed him in the corner. Getting ready to muscle it. Pull him out. But I wasn't able to breathe. It was choking the hell out of me. So I decided to fall down. That was a bad idea. Because what that did was pulled my helmet up even more. So I kind of lost it for a bit. And then I was like, what's going on? I was like okay. Ah! Sorry, hitting him again. But I couldn't breathe. I was literally getting choked by my own damn helmet. And it's all cut. It's cut right here. You can't see it too well. And so I'm trying to catch my breath, but at the same time, I'm all jacked up from my chin strap. So it looks like I'm fine, but inside that helmet, I am not fine. I'm not really there. He's trying to check me for a concussion. I didn't have a concussion, but I couldn't breathe for a good amount of time. And then getting hit in the face and the face and help out. So what happened was the way he was hitting me and the way the helmet was super pressed up like this. My visor was right here, just hitting my face. Isaac found the weakness. So we called it. Honestly, it's very embarrassing. It's unfortunate. I feel like crap. I mean, I really do. Wanted to give Isaac a way better fight, but also at the same time, I was kind of confused. I thought that me being like, okay, yeah. I thought it just meant just for the round. But it turns out it was for the whole fight. So I actually came back over here getting ready to fight. That's why my visor was still on. I wasn't trying to take it off. I thought we were just going to get our minute break, chill out, keep fighting. But that ended up not happening. So that's on me. Unfortunately, you see that right there is bleeding. So that's on me. I prepared so many other parts of my armor suit. Made sure it was good to go. Had everything. Jamie and I trained, and unfortunately, the chin strap thing just got me. And then because I wasn't really there, lack of oxygen, kind of just didn't really realize what was going on until it was too late. Because otherwise, I would have been like, at this point, I would have been like, yeah, I caught my breath. You see, I'm still breathing hard. I'm like all breath, red face, all that crap. I would have gone back and fought another round. In fact, afterwards, when they brought me in the back, I would have fought another round too. Isaac comes by, checks up on me. He 100%, obviously 100% deserved to win. So I just felt bad that I gave him such a crappy fight. I wish I'd done better. But Isaac and I know each other kind of well. Like I said, we spent like 6 hours hanging out with each other too, and then we chit chat a bit at other team events as well. So congratulations, Isaac. Awesome. I'll leave that happy face up there. So what do I do from here? First thing, obviously, is to fix my chin strap problem. Obviously, it wasn't a big problem in Melee, but it was a huge problem in a pro fight. And I don't want that to happen again because that's embarrassing. It's not cool. Continue practicing my my fighting form with the Buhurt. I like the punching, all that, but I want to add more to it. I want to add a little more Muay Thai to it as well, just so I can keep that distance on opponents that were like, hey, because that club would have sucked, man. If Isaac started getting some really good swings in there, it felt a little bit. And I got some good hits in with the Executioner too, but I needed to work on more flow, more movement, and also just kind of keeping a distance and kicking them back. And then automatically, kind of like what he started doing too, because Isaac likes to use maces, is getting more in the habit of grabbing my Executioner and using it to clinch. Because you can't grab your blade in Melee, but in this Profight, this Golden Ring, you can, in Outrange, you can grab your blade and, like I said, do some half-sorting techniques. So, just never know what we'll be learning next. All right, Outlaws. Thank you guys for everyone who actually went out there and watched the fight, came by, did all that cool stuff. Again, I wanted it to be more amazing, fantastical, but that just wasn't in the cards. So, we'll see you next time.